When we said exam is a process of measuring what you inquired by your tutors in a simple term. That means by your lecturers. That entails the CA. That means continuous assessment. The exam also itself, that is the semester exam, is all part of your exam, because when they are recording the exams, they are including the mark of that of your CA and even assignment. So, as a student, firstly, before you approach any exam, you have to ensure that you did the following. First, try as much as possible to know yourself. We have different types of learners. We have those that they are at the higher level, let me say moderate level and lower level. Identify yourself. Are you assimilating within short period of time? Are you the one that before you must go some certain strategies before you assimilate? Are you type of me that you must go to the area class just for more than 3 hours before you understand? Try as much as possible to know yourself. That is the first thing that you do in order to approach your exam. Second thing, prepare a timetable for yourself. Prepare a timetable for yourself, apart from the general timetable that you have in your class. Provide another one for yourself. Ensure that each day you are covering some certain percentage of a particular course. For example, you are offering 12 courses. Then you schedule the courses according to your time. If you are like me, you are going to the football field and whatsoever other time of your leisure time, subtract that time from 24 hours that you have in a day. Subtract the lecture hours that you are spending in a day. Subtract the time that you spend for your food and other conveniences, and see what is the remaining time hours you have. Then utilize that time and ensure that you are making a significant reading, study of your book. Thirdly, try as much as possible to identify your weaknesses and your strengths. For example, if I know that I must cram before I pass this exam. So I know that definitely, even though I am not advising for cramming, but if you know you are at that time, try as much as possible to provide enough time for yourself. try to identify that as your weakness in such a way that you will tackle that problem without even knowing that you tackle that problem by arranging yourself. Know your strength. That is, maybe if you are offering some certain courses that they are dealing with calculations and you know that you are good in calculations, give less time for that courses that are dealing with calculations. Focus on theories, maybe that you have problem on it, to balance yourself. Another thing that you will do to prepare yourself before exam is try as much as possible to have a friend that will be sharing idea. Have a group discussion peer. That means you partner. Have someone that will be discussing. Because if you are taking a book, always you are reading, you cry, and you think that at the end of the day, I know these things very well. Believe me, maybe you are reading toward to the wrong way. Possibly, the lecturer may come and ask you a question in a different way. A simple question in a different way. That is what we like call that type of question. Applied question. Applied question. So, if you are not having conversation with your friends, believe me, you will not answer applied questions. Because there is one scholar, he is saying that when you are reading alone for more than 100 days, and when you are reading for a 1 hour with your friend, is better than that of your reading for more than 100 days alone. Because you might be going toward to the wrong direction while you are thinking that you are going toward to the positive direction. So try as much as possible to have a friend. And when selecting a friend, then said that because this one is my friend, always we are going with him, he's my friend of studying. No. Try as much as possible to find someone that you know that is better than you. Even if you decelerate, he will accelerate you. Yes. Even if you want to fall down, he will lift you up. Try as much as possible to find that kind of friend. And also, when making the friend, try as much, even the one that will be mingling around the college, try as much as possible to know your type. Because you find someone following a friend, the friend you assimilate within 30 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe. When even if he enter the class and have the lectures, he's okay. No need for him to go and revise the book. And you are my type. You know that before you assimilate, you must go and give someone beside you. Please look at this page for me. Do I cram it very well? Let me read it. Okay? That paragraph I miss it. Take me back. So, if you are type of me like that, you know that definitely you are moving toward to the wrong direction. Definitely you will fail. These are some certain tips. I know that all of us, we are just reminding ourselves. We know how to approach exams. So after that, few weeks, let me say 2 weeks before exam, you have